I also thought it was really notable that you're teaming up fairly regularly during this time with Bob Roop. And Bob is a former Greco-Roman wrestler who competed in the 1968 Summer Olympics, and he started his in-ring career in 1969. So much like yourself, he also had a small role in Sylvester Stallone's film Paradise Alley. So this guy's been around. Any memories of Bob Roop?
Yeah, and Bob was a nice guy and a good worker. And he had I don't know, his pace was a little slower, I think, but other than that, I mean, but his psychology and the way he handled himself in the ring, it was good. I mean, and again, you're talking about a guy who had also been a national amateur champion.
Yeah.
And I had a lot of respect for that because my dad had been a national amateur champion.
This guy would not be a man to piss with. I mean, he was an Olympian, much like your father, like a quote unquote legit wrestler, a shooter, as they call him in the business. Why do you think it is that, so we see it with guys like Kurt Angle, obviously Bob Roop, your father. There's been a lot of people where the crossover from Jim Duggan, the crossover from amateur wrestling into professional wrestling, relatively smooth one. I mean, is it just like the physicality of it all, or why do you like just body awareness? Why do you think these guys are so naturally gifted in pro
Well,
wrestling?
I mean, they're athletes, number one, and obviously they've proven themselves either in another sport or wrestling. It's kind of like because amateur wrestling it looks nothing like professional wrestling.
Right.
Yeah, maybe a little bit. I mean, like if that we've done a couple of things where I would you get in a position and I would do like a sit out on a guy or something, but other than that, pro wrestling is pro wrestling and amateur wrestling is amateur wrestling.
It's cool seeing these guys make the crossover and get to kind of learn a different hold, as they say.